So we headed out after that the next morning and just hauled ass.
Section of the school that did like filming. I think they filmed Clueless, maybe part of Clueless. They might have filmed there. Dude, did I tell you that there's some guy that Christina works with that claims that his uncle is Spicoli? Yeah, like when Cameron Crowe was writing that meme.
I'm sure there's guys all over fucking Southern California.
I think that, yeah.
Shit, 411 miles to Cheyenne, Wyoming.
I ain't even from around here, Sarge. I'm from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh! Consoles 31.4.
I don't know how he guessed my password. Balls. Queen of the Hoppies.
Last 6 months.
I've been packing your bags. You can wash my balls with a warm, wet rag.
Till my balls feel smooth. It's all like
Silk. I'm sick of your mouth and your 2% milk.
And I'm no dope, but I lost all hope.
So hit the fucking road and piss up a road. We were coming down a hill in Wyoming, you know, because Wyoming's pretty hilly. So we're coming down a hill going about 90 and we get pulled over. So I got this weed on me. So I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, like I'm in Wyoming. Like people here might actually, this might actually be against the law. You know, I might get thrown in jail in Wyoming. And the cop comes up and he's pretty nice. He's got like tattoos and he's got kind of like these bulging kind of like Popeye forearms. And he's like a younger dude. He's probably like, you know, in his 20s, maybe late 20s, you know. He's probably ex-military or something. I think maybe he had a Marine Corps tattoo on his forearm. And, you know, do you know why I pulled over? And, you know, do you know how fast you're going? All this kind of shit. License, registration, and proof of insurance. You know, he wasn't, like, a dick about it. He was a pretty nice guy. But, like, Jack being like sort of a punk kid and into Repo Man and all that kind of shit, has an adversarial relationship with cops just naturally. I think it's just innate with him. And he wasn't really like being extra nice to this cop or anything. He's, you know, this is like probably the most stressful time of his entire life. So I guess he was, you know, holding it together pretty cool. Meanwhile, all the way, I've got like my one hitter, I think, in my pocket. And I think when the cop went back to his car, I suddenly kind of slid the one hitter out and like put it in the side little saddlebag thing in the door. When we went to get the license and registration, the cop goes, "Whoa, do you have any guns in your car or whatever?" And we're like, "What the fuck? No." You know, like, of course not, you know. But I guess that's, you know, normal out there. And then when Jack handed the dude his license, the guy like got really excited. He's like, "Oh, Gehenna. Do you know what Gehenna means?" First of all, we're not from Gehenna. We're from Gehenna in Columbus, Ohio. And we're like, I've heard the meaning of it before, but I didn't know what it was. And Jack's like, "Nah, I don't know." And the guy's like, "It means lake of fire." You know, so like you could tell like this dude was like some kind of Bible thumping, like spewing like his Bible shit at us. Then he comes back, you know, a few minutes later, and he's like, "You know, I'll write you a ticket for going 90 in a 75 zone, and unfortunately, like, your insurance is not valid. This proof of insurance is not valid, and you also have expired tags. Like, the tags on the truck were expired too because it's registered in Ohio and they just didn't renew them. And so the ticket for speeding was $150. The ticket for not having insurance was $400, and then he gave us a warning for not having, for having expired tags, which, if you get pulled over again, I guess they can impound the vehicle or something. Thank God he didn't do that, because then they may have found the weed, and then I'd be in fucking jail. So the cop sends us on our way. The first gas station we got to, I like threw my one hitter and my weed away, which I wasn't super excited to do, but I didn't feel like I had a choice, you know. Like, this dude quoted the Bible at us. Like, was not going to fuck around with that. Be honestly, it got dark pretty much as soon as we got to Nebraska, and Jack drove through the fucking night. He hauled ass. I didn't really even see what Nebraska was. When I woke up the next day, we were probably like 3/4 of the way through Iowa, heading towards Chicago.
I would take you to a place where they can do it for me. I don't know. I wouldn't know which thing underneath it, but I could take you somewhere.
So we get to Chicago, and my cousin has a dog, Woody, who is basically like a little mop. Just a little sweet terrier. Nicest. He's like a little basketball with long hair. You know, he always rolls over and like you pat him on his fat ass little stummy. And then he has a cat named Joker. Because my cousin is like sort of obsessed with Heath Ledger's Joker. First thing that fucking happens, we get in to the house and Toki just starts barking at the cat like gangbusters, like going after this fucking cat. And the cat's terrified. It runs upstairs under my cousin's bed. And my brother starts to have an allergic reaction to the cat. I'm looking forward to staying in Chicago for like 3 or 4 days because I would like to get to know Chicago better, you know. And like I said, I like to touch bases in all these places and kind of see just the climate of the mind there and how they can enhance my own approach to doing things, you know. And like as a young hipster, you're always kind of like playing the field and checking out the market of the other attractive like potential cities you might want to live in, you know, like, ooh, maybe Chicago, maybe I should move to Chicago, maybe that's where the fucking scene is, you know, maybe that's where the art is, you know. But first thing that Jack says, we have to leave because we can't stay because of the cat. Just when I thought we were going to be able to land and have like a place to sort of like set up shop and like explore the city, it's like, okay, well there goes that idea. So we had to get a fucking hotel. You know, we got like this fucking another Ramada Inn or something that like literally got 1.5 stars review on fucking Yelp. Like it's right by the highway interchange where we got off. It's like kind of a seedy place. We get there and the room they show us like literally, it's like one of those places that just like reeks so intensely of piss that it just like stings your eyes. You know, like literally you can't smell anything or open your eyes because like the air is just like thick with this acrid odor of piss. So we start, you know, like setting up in the room, and like our cousin said he couldn't really hang out with us that night, or he couldn't do anything with us that night because he had a raid. His guild had a raid on World of Warcraft.
So it was like full HP. I was
like as we were driving home down Lakeshore extremely fast, like at one point we rolled by like a cop, and I was like, fuck, if this guy pulls us over, we could be in real trouble. You know, it's like 2 a.m. or whatever. So we're flying down Lakeshore, and there's the whole skyline and the fucking, you know, Sears Tower and the Windy City and Soldier Field and all this shit. And Jack's going, he's sort of like falling asleep. You know, he's like, oh man, how much fucking further is it and all this shit, you know? And literally, like, there's a countdown on his phone, and it's like 40 minutes or something, you know? And every minute I'm thinking, God, just get us home. You know, like, just, you know, like, I don't know if he's drunk or if he's about to pass out or whatever. Just, like, let us get home without flipping this motherfucking truck. It was kind of scary. You know, he kept, like, doing stuff to, like, yawning and shit to, like, keep himself awake. It's only a matter of time.
I was analyzing my own feelings, you know, and questioning what I want to know.
So you think
what
that
I want to think and what I really think.
traveling through memory, I am who I used to be.